Hi, welcome to V.START Devlog 4. In this video, I'll be showing you how I actually finished my first indie game. Hope you all enjoy. So I have all the pieces of my game ready, a tutorial, 4 zones, and the final boss fight. But now I have to look at what I can do to take my game from a passion project to something people would actually want to play and have fun doing it. Well, one thing you don't want people to run into is bugs and issues, and I cannot tell you how many I've found by going over my project with a fine comb. Just a few examples. Smashing the down arrow when riding an elevator would do this. The stanky leg, the hacking minigame managing to break itself, and the volume buttons not working with a gamepad. You want to make a good first impression for new players, and once you fix all your bugs, it's a great feeling. The next thing I wanted to focus on is the graphics. Now, I started this project a year ago, and in that year I've gotten better at making sprites, but that left many things needing a fresh coat of paint. Underwater allowed new bubbles, lots of bubbles, and the steam vents to really heat things up. The red zone now has a bridge between the left and right sides of the map. My niece played my game and pointed out how disappointed she was that the elevators didn't move up. Now, the elevators were one of the first things I made for this game, and yes, they really needed an upgrade. So here you go, Serena. Finally, you can save and load your game. I put it off because I thought it would be complicated. Well, all it took was a few lines of code. The game will store your current zone, character, and difficulty setting. Yes, difficulty settings. I've always had the framework in the game to set how hard you want things. Now it was time to actually build upon it. A global variable at start will now control the difficulty, easily slows the game down, self-destructs all the bots, and changes the level design. Hard mode is like normal mode, but now everything will move a lot faster. Even I had a hard time beating it. Swimming controls have now been improved too. Moving downwards is now fixed to a set speed, and pressing the down arrow will make you sink faster. Now let's talk about audio. Sound effects play a huge part in making your game world feel immersive. But how do you make sound effects? It's called chiptone, and I can't recommend it enough. The buttons on the left can make rooms, coins, blips, and bloops, or you can hit randomize for really weird noises. Music, on the other hand, is a lot more complicated, and as a newbie, I had no idea where to even start. The only musical experience I had was in secondary school, however many years ago that was. So to start, I have a Keystation Mini 32 that plugs into my computer, but I would not recommend it to actually learn how to play music. A tool is useless unless you know how to use it. So I started with a cheap, full-size electronic piano, and for my birthday, my boyfriend got me the Simply Piano app. I can't recommend it enough to learn how to play, and you can use those skills to make music for your game. I've since upgraded to a Casio tone piano. Now back to the Keystation. I use it with FL Studio and the BPB64 plugin to make some retro computer sounds. It can do this, and this, and even this. Programming, art, and music are all skills that you will need to make your own game projects. And it can be scary and overwhelming to start, but you can do it. The final zone needed a really dark, tense, and weird soundtrack. Take a listen. And within the game, a timer is set to change its pitch every few seconds to make it sound really corrupt. And finally, the purple zone needed something more. An abomination. If you're making a game with the Godot engine as I am, then you will need to include the license text in your credits. You can find this on their documentation website. And with that, my indie game is finally finished. But wait, what is that noise?